Helping Hands International. H2I touching lives. H2I empowering people. Hello, welcome to today's training. I remain my humble self, Chukwuka, Obeleagu, and today I'll be taking you on a topic called presentation. Now, the previous presentation I did, the previous training I did, I talked about prospecting. And prospecting, like I said, is where the money is, because the number of people you prospect determines the number of people who are going to view your presentation. Now, some people have some challenges in terms of understanding what presentation really is, and some people also have a wrong notion about presentation, thinking it's about convincing your prospect to take action. Okay, but today I will be dwelling on the topic and I will be explaining to you what presentation really means, how to go about it, and what tools to leverage to carry out your presentation. Because the beautiful thing about presentation is this is more of a third party tool than just you doing the talking. Okay, so let me go straight into today's presentation. So, introduction. What is presentation? Presentation, to me, in my own definition, okay, as a network marketer and a helping hands partner, is simply sharing your business opportunity with a prospect. Okay, you've already qualified the person as a prospect. You've gotten the person's phone number. You've done your how do I call it? You've gotten the prospect to look at your opportunity. So, getting them to look at your opportunity and sharing the information with them is what presentation really is. Okay, to me, this is the easiest part. Okay, most people think they have to dwell on this. No, if you have say 100 minutes, okay, let's say you have 60 minutes, okay, or let's say you have an hour to choose to assign your time. You have an hour and you want to assign it to your activities. As me, you're a banker, for example, and you have an hour to assign your activities, or for your business, for your network marketing business, for your helping hands business. Where should you allot your time? Your time majorly should be allotted towards prospecting and follow up. Presenting is easy because once you have the number, it's easy. Okay, so it's the easiest part of the recruiting process, and the best way to present your opportunity is to leverage social media tools like WhatsApp. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of us restrict the opportunity of having sign-ups by depending on seminars which hold once a week. So that means you have to get your prospect to attend to your opportunity only 4 times in a month. Wow, only 4 times in a month. No wonder you're having the kind of success you're receiving, because you can't depend on just 4 times a week for you to get the result you need. So, but I'll explain more as we go down as I go through the training. So, how to present the opportunity. Now, most times some people have confusion in terms of how to go about leading with the opportunity, or to present the opportunity. For example, some people will want to lead with the vision of the organization, so want to lead with the service of the organization, so I want to lead with the compensation plan of the organization. Now, either way, there is no particular or right answer. What guides you in knowing which way to go with your presentation is depending on the prospect. Okay, because the way you present information to a wealthy philanthropist is not the same way you present information to an unemployed graduate. Okay, I might have a big uncle who is a philanthropist and has enough money that he can empower somebody, okay, or empower a widow, or empower some youths, okay, that he wants to help. You can't go leading with the compensation plan because he's already wealthy. He has real estate properties. He has so many things that can give him money, that can even take care of his own siblings. Take care of his own kids, even his siblings too. Okay, so you can't lead with the compensation plan. Rather, you lead with the vision and maybe the services of the organization. Now, Some people may look at your opportunity and say no. Okay, these guys may be looking to learn a skill, or maybe they're not looking to earn extra income or start a business. You can lead with the service that will render, and one of the key services that people participate in very well as members is the skill acquisition training. So that's why prospecting is very important. That's why I say you should allot your time well towards prospecting, because prospecting also has to do with understanding your prospect or your target, whatever you want to call him. Okay, because if you don't understand the person, you won't know which way to come with the opportunity, and that's why building relationship is very key. Now, apart from the how to, what tools do you leverage? Like I told you, presentation is not meant for you to get on the phone and start telling your prospect about Helping Hands International. Hello, my name is Chukwuka Obeleagu. I want to tell you about Helping Hands International. Helping Hands International is an NGO. No. Why? Because what you do or what you did to get the prospect to look at your opportunity is exactly what they are going to do. Okay? What you did to get a prospect to look at your opportunity is exactly what they are going to do if they join the business. So what do you do in essence? What do you do in instance? You leverage third-party tools. Okay? Very key. Something that takes the prospect away from you, that the information doesn't have to come from you. So that when they look at it, they say, oh, it's easy now. I can easily share this opportunity or the video or this with the prospect, and voila, they might join or they may not join. Okay, so what tools do you leverage? We have seminar venues where you have how do I call it, a trained, or maybe not trained, but a passionate help partner, okay, presenting the opportunity, who is skilled at presentation. Okay, also have one-on-one meetings. Okay, I also love one-on-one meetings. Okay, one-on-one meetings is where you sit one-on-one with the prospect and you share the opportunity with them. Okay, there's also two-on-one. Two-on-one means you with a partner, or maybe with your upline or sponsor or your team leader on a meeting with a prospect. We also have home meetings. Now, ladies or maybe women like this because they have a very close connection with each other, or maybe you're a member of a club or something like that. You can get your friends to come to your home, relaxed in your home, small chops, stuff like that, and you organize home meeting, and you can do home meetings there, relaxed in your environment, and you can present the opportunity to them for them there. Okay. Now there's also YouTube simply sharing the link. But if you're good with advertisement, okay, if you're good with Facebook advert, or maybe blog advert or Google AdWords, stuff like that, you can leverage YouTube links so that when the person goes through the YouTube and sees the video, they get to call you if your number is at the end of the presentation slide, or maybe your number somehow in your channel. For those of you that have channel, then WhatsApp, my favorite. Why I love this is this. It's simple. Once I get your number, easy as ABCD. I click 1, 2, 3 items, I forward it to you. You go through it. I tell you, I'll call you back in the evening, depending on when I send it to you, or maybe within 24 hours. Definitely, you have to hear from me. Okay, but you also have to be cautious with that, because most people, when you send it to them, because it's a bit long, because they don't have data, you have to follow up on them for them to look at the opportunity and give you a feedback. Okay, there's also LinkedIn slideshows for those of us who use LinkedIn and branded ourselves on LinkedIn and produce good content on LinkedIn. You can drag a lot of eyeballs to your bio or your profile on LinkedIn, and I think there's somewhere where you can put up your own material, where you can see, somebody can click there and see the slideshow. But it all has to do with what content and what traffic you're driving to your LinkedIn profile. Okay, there's also Facebook pin post for those of us who have Facebook groups. Okay, that you have a pin post of the video of the opportunity plan, so that when maybe people are looking for opportunity, or maybe when you do Facebook ads, automatically they can look at the pin post and go through it. At least they have to see it before scrolling down to other things. Okay, but what I don't see, or what I don't believe is a method of presentation, is what I see most people doing, which is they create a Facebook group without any personal contact with the prospect. They add their friends to the Facebook group and they just bombard information. Now, for me, that's not targeting. You're just shooting. Okay, you're just a guy, an amateur with a machine gun, just firing the machine gun, not knowing how powerful it is. You're just firing it and not hitting your target. But what I prefer is being a sniper with a very good rifle. Target the prospects, get to know them, share the opportunity to them when a problem, as really a cold market, or maybe when you get across to an acquaintance or a family member or a close friend, and you get them to look at the opportunity. So you are targeting, not when you're shooting to people who are busy at work, or people who are, you're just shouting information to them, and most people don't even know where the group is. The only place they know is just timeline. They're just soaking information as they're scrolling up and down on Facebook. So stop that. If you're doing this, stop this, because it's not effective. You could have used that time to like produce, rather than have a Facebook group targeting writing Helping Hands International, or maybe you can have a fan page. A fan page is okay, but you have to use a lot of boosting and stuff to get the right number of people that will like your page, and you get to engage with them. But most preferably, it's better you hit them in their inbox and get to build relationship with them, so that they give you their WhatsApp number, so that you now exchange contact, build relationship, know a little about them, know if they have a problem, know if they are open to opportunity, know if they are even positive people. Okay, the best people to recruit in our business is positive-minded and open-minded people who are willing to learn. Okay, who are willing to relearn, unlearn, and learn. Okay, so now we are done with the tools to leverage. Next, we are going to talk about continuation of the tools to leverage. Okay, I'm talking about emphasis. Something I've always told my team and everybody that come across, or even a prospect. This is not a convincing business. Let me say this again. This is not a convincing business. The only person who has to do the convincing is the prospect. The prospect has to convince him or herself that I need this opportunity. Your only job and what you can control is your education, educating the prospect. That's why at Eric Warrior at a point, founder of Network Marketing Pro, talked about stopping the hype. Okay, you have to. The facts are enough. Okay, the facts are enough. So focus on the education, because most people don't understand the fact that you use 6,600, or maybe you use $40, for example, to start a business. Okay, let me stick to $40. You use $40 to start a business, and before you know it, based on your effort, within 6 months, 1 year, a year, and 2 years, you're driving a brand new car. You have a cash flow coming from your business. You have a stable team that is going to build and is already crossing the borders of the country. Okay, so people don't understand. People need to understand, be educated on what we actually do, what the organization is all about. Okay, what services the organization render, and what we really do outside the fact that we are networkers. Okay, but what we really do for the organization through the networking system. Okay, so that's why we as health partners should be well informed about network marketing and Helping Hands International. I'm a big believer in reading books or soaking in video content or audio content. Okay, and if you're not tuned to a particular person in network marketing niche, okay, like Eric Warren, Matt Morris, Horton Box, name them. Okay, if you're not tuned into their channel, even our local ones, if you're not even tuned into this training, okay, and you're expecting to come in and just do magic and just get people to join you so that you get a car in this business, brother, you're doing yourself wrong, because a time is going to come when your team is going to be stagnant because you, who happens to be the generation leader, okay, doesn't have enough knowledge to guide them and teach them about this industry. Okay, so, and remember, the more people who see your opportunity, the more sign-ups you are likely to get. Remember, emphasis on the likely, because follow-up guarantees the money. Prospecting is where the money is, because without prospecting, you won't get people to see your presentation. But when you follow up, it guarantees the money. So, follow-up is the next training that's coming up. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now, because follow-up will be coming up over the weekend. So, and I have a lot of people have asked me, how do I follow up without being, sounding like you're bugging someone or you're desperate and stuff like that. But that's a training for the weekend. So, closing. Now, I won't stop this presentation without closing. Now, People are wondering, I know you guys are wondering what is closing, because all we know about is presentation, is prospecting, presentation, and follow up. What is closing? Now, people who are in the sales business, who have done marketing before or sales before, understand what closing means. Now, it's one thing for a prospect to look at your opportunity. Okay? The next thing is for you to lead the prospect to take action. Let me say this again. It's one thing for your prospect. A lot of us have been doing this, okay, and we'll be making a mess of the opportunity we have for people to even look at the opportunity. If you're lucky to have somebody seated at the seminar, or have somebody look at your opportunity, or hand you over their number for them to look at your opportunity, and you don't know how to close on them, okay, big mistake. Let me say this again. Big time mistake. You have to know how to close on the prospect. Now, let me say this. Closing is simply leading to a prospect to take action. It's a call to action. You can't tell me about Helping Us International and everything. I'll be looking at you. Okay, nice information. The person will be like, okay, what next? The prospect doesn't have to tell you what next. You have to lead the prospect to sign up, to take action, to fill the form, to bring money, to give you an appointment for the next exposure. Okay, so closing varies based on the presentation tool you leverage. For example, if you leverage a seminar, okay, most of the presenters close. You know, when they say, for those of you who are interested, raise your hands. At the end of this presentation, meet. How many of you are ready to sign up now? Because we have forms. Okay, people will raise their hands. Okay, they come and collect form. That's part of the closing process. Whenever a presenter does that, the presenter is smart and he knows that he needs to get people to take action, because the moment people leave the environment, okay, of the seminar, and they go home with the excitement and blah, because I don't think you can stop people from talking from the excitement. I've tried that. You can't stop people from talking or sharing what they experience, because it's like you're telling a child that you give a child a candy, and you're telling the child not to be excited. Hey, daddy, mommy gave me candy, or sweet, mommy gave me sweet. With that excitement, they will always talk. Okay, but when you get them sign up or make a commitment, okay, it's now up to you to follow up. By that time, a commitment is taken. Okay, so I sign up immediately, but it depends on whether the person was well informed of what it means to sign up, what it takes to sign up before coming to the seminar. So that's for seminar presentations. Now, for one-on-ones, two-on-one social media presentation, closing will be done by you. Now, it's very important you understand this, because if you don't know how to close, then I'm sorry. You have to go use your phone for once. Okay, stop spamming people on Facebook and everything. Use your time, go to Google or go to YouTube, my favorite for learning anything. Okay, go to YouTube, type how to close in network marketing, or even in sales, in sales. Okay, because sales, okay, is not far different from what we do as network marketers. Sure, network marketing is like, it's a total business school, a practical business school where you learn everything from leadership, marketing, sales, team building, stuff like that. Okay, so you need to learn how to close. Now, I won't say this without giving you some expose, or maybe exposing you to how you can close, or strategies you can use, or maybe words to say, or ways you can. I'll just give you the examples, okay, of what a closing remark is, so that it will help you coin your own and help you, or even improve on what I give to you, because there's no written down rule that says this is how you close. Okay, the only thing is you have to understand the concept of making the person take action. Okay, remember, concept, take action. Understand the concept, because behind what I'm going to share with you, so that you can get the prospect to take action. All right, so some of the examples of words to say when closing is, for example, somebody is done with the presentation, or maybe somebody, you done one-on-one presentation or two-on-one, or maybe a seminar presentation, or maybe the presenter didn't close. Maybe the presenter used the word like, okay, if you're here and I didn't invite you to the presentation, reach across to the person who invited you, and reach across to the person who invited you, and they will now take it up from there. Okay, when the presenter uses these words, the presenter didn't close. So it's very important you understand this. So if you are at the venue of the presentation, which you're meant to be, if you're in the same location with the prospect, you'll be like, hey, interesting, right? Sounds to me like you're ready to join. Let me say it again. Listen to my voice. I didn't say, interesting, right? Sounds to me you're ready to join. No, I said, be passionate. Interesting, right? Sounds to me like you're ready to join. Okay? Be passionate about it. Be enthusiastic about him signing up. Remember, there's a difference between enthusiastic and having an expectation that he's going to sign. Be enthusiastic that he's going to sign, but let your expectation be neutral. Okay? But I'll explain that when I get to the point of talking about emotional intelligence and everything. Okay? So, another example you can use is this. I normally use that at times. So, from a scale of 1 to 5, okay, what's your level of interest? Because some people, you need to find your level of interest. Most cases, only somebody who knows, who has gotten to the point of telling his or herself the truth that I'm looking for an opportunity, or I need help, or I need an opportunity that will help me change my life, it will be the one that will be like, yes, that you can use, that you can tell you, man, Ren, I'm ready to join. Like I have several scenarios whereby people join 2 or 3 days down the line after we've talked or shared the opportunity with them. I don't even know them. I got them on Facebook. Okay, so what I'm trying to say in essence is this. So if you meet somebody who is just open-minded to look at opportunity but doesn't really have a need at that point, but just curious to know, okay, guys like me that are curious, okay, you have to scale the person's interest by asking the person, hey, from a scale of 1 to 5, what's your level of interest? Okay, another example you can use is this. From the information do you see yourself being a part of the organization? Because one thing is somebody wanting to make money from the organization, but if somebody doesn't see himself a part of the vision of the organization, it's going to be a problem in the long run. Okay? Because when the excitement clears, when building the business demands the person to know, to confirm his why of joining the business, okay, when building the business demands the person to look beyond the money and look at what other thing will make him go through this, through the trials and the tribulations and adversities of building this business beside the money. Okay, the person has to see himself being a part of the organization. So from this information, do you see yourself being a part of the organization? Okay, now this one is the one I have now for you is a bit long. The next example I have for you is a bit long. Okay, speed over to the next page. So, for example, you say, from the information and the composition plan, okay, how much would you like to earn from this opportunity? Okay, because some people come into this business with, how do I call it? With false expectations that, hey, I want to make ₦1 million, I want to make 2 million naira, I want to make 500,000 naira. And you ask them how long would they want to make it? They say, I want to make it in 1 month. Okay? It's possible to make it in 1 month, but will they back it up? Will they walk the talk? Will they back it up with action? Okay, so it's very clear for you to create a wider period for the prospect so that the prospect doesn't feel like if he or she didn't meet it in 1 month, they will just quit. Okay, so from the information and the compensation plan, how much would you like to earn from this opportunity? Now, if they give you an amount, okay, I didn't put this on the slide, but if they give you an amount, also ask them how long will they be willing to, but let me just go straight to what I wrote down, okay? If they give you an amount, then conclude with them by saying, would you be willing? Okay, for example, let me use an example. Somebody walks up to me also after the presentation. Somebody tells me, ask me how much from the information and the compensation plan. How much do I see myself earning from the organization? okay, and I will say, okay, I want to make 100,000 naira. Let me just be, let me not be greedy, okay? 100,000 naira sounds great, right? Now, the next thing you ask the person, will you be willing to put in 6 months to a year learning how to build a business to the level of income goal you mentioned? Okay? Now, depending on the person say 100,000 naira, you can, depends on how long you want to shorten it. But one thing is this: the longer the period you state for the prospect, the more the prospect will be willing that even if in 3 months they don't see results yet, or they haven't earned up to 100,000 naira, if the person is running it part time, because if you are a serious minded person and you're a full-time person in this business, 100,000 naira shouldn't take you within a month or two for you to make in this organization. Okay, so would you be willing to put in 6 months to a year learning how to build your business to the level of income goal you mentioned? Okay, because people are fond of leaving this business 1 month down the line, 3 months down the line, without even putting in enough time. But because they told 1 or 2 or 10 persons, they feel like, even 100 persons, they feel like they have tried. Nobody wants to join my business. That's a lie. That's fallacy. Okay? I know I've spoken to more than 100. I've spoken to more than 200. I've even lost count of the number of people I've spoken to. Okay? So that's to tell you somebody who is active in his business, on the day-to-day business. Okay? Because I've lost count. Okay, only my cell phone can tell me the number of list of people that I have on a daily basis, or that is increasing. Okay, so the last one, which is my favorite question, my word of close, or words to say during closing, is the direct. I like being direct. Okay, my time is very precious to me, and I have, like a professional, you have to put up an air that you are doing him a favor. Don't be arrogant, don't be cocky, but you are doing him a favor. Okay, now in doing that, in having that courage, in having that body language, okay, you don't ask the person, or even if over the phone, because your voice, okay, your voice says a lot about your confidence level when you're talking to somebody about this opportunity. Okay, so when you're speaking to when you're about to close with somebody, this is how I do mine most of the times. Okay, most of the times. Okay, I'll be like, okay, because I will send you a brief summary of the organization, at least a bit detailed, video of the compensation plan, FAQ, frequently asked questions that are more than 20 that should help you get a clear picture of what we're doing. Some people are lazy, some people can't read, but bring out time to read. So it's okay. That's not my problem. I can't control that. Okay, so I can control on how I go about presenting and follow up. So when I ask the person, okay, do you have any question? Are you ready to get started? Now, this question narrowed down the distraction. Because what I'm saying is because a lot of us have the habit of starting to do presentations again when they are doing closing. Somebody have done the presentation for you. Okay, maybe your upline or the presenter did the presentation either through 2 or 1 or maybe at the seminar, and you finish the seminar, and instead of you leading the person to sign up, you start all over again and start telling the person about the presentation. Which kind of amateur this thing is this? It's okay, most of us made a mistake, okay, but why are you trying to sell the prospect all over again when he has gotten the basic information from the professional, from the person who is good at it, from the person who is experienced? You start all over again and start doing the presentation. It's not cool, because what you're doing is you're bombarding the prospect's mind that he becomes so overwhelmed and tired that the next thing he thinks of is, I want to go home, let me go and think about it. But when you are direct and you know what you want from the prospect, and you want to lead the prospect to limit the person's options down to 2, do you have any further questions, or are you ready to get started? Period. That's my favorite closing. Okay, so you can come up with a lot of strategies, but you come up with your own words to say. Okay, but at least you understand the strategy, you understand the concept behind it, so that you lead your prospect to sign up. After a presentation, don't start doing your own presentation again or start selling the person again. I never try to, I barely try to start all over again to do the presentation. Rather, I sell you on testimonies, values that will make you to come in, but not to start the presentation all over again. Okay, so closing will make you lead the prospect to take action. So that's the end of the training today. Okay, I want to thank you for listening. For those of you who are listening, I want to thank you ahead for those of you who are going to watch this video. Okay, and I will urge you, if your team member is not subscribed to this training, okay, if your team member is not plugged into any training channel or anywhere he or she will be educated, okay, or maybe even you're not plugged in, to educate yourself first, because as a leader in your business, everybody who is a network marketer is a leader. As a leader in your business, you're meant to have more knowledge than you're meant to be a student for life. I'm always a student. I'm not perfect in this business, but putting myself in the position of being a trainer and a teacher made me a student for life. So I'm always learning. I have higher mentors. I'm always looking for mentors in sales, in marketing, in network marketing, okay, in motivation, in public speaking. Things that are circle around what we do in our business, because you have to be a total package, okay, when you're speaking with your prospect, okay, so that you add more value, so you gain more respect. Okay, so I want to thank you for listening. Get your team member to subscribe. If the person is not your team member and is having struggles with his business, get them to subscribe. More and more trainings will be coming up. Okay, more and more trainings will be coming up. So I want to thank you for listening. Subscribe to our channel. Share the information to your team members. Okay, and stay tuned for more training, because the next training I'll be doing talking about or presenting will be on follow-up. Thank you. Bye for now.